It is 95 degrees outside right now. I've been inside every weekend this month. At this point, if it's under 98, I'm not complaining. The good news is the Cozy Dev community apparently had a meeting and decided June was the month to drop everything at once, because there has been so much to play. I've been keeping tabs on everything that came out this month, and if something blew up in the cozy space this June, it's on this list. Let's get into it. Letter Lost is a mystery game set on an island called Karnim, where you're sorting and stamping mail, and the story comes through in what passes through your hands rather than through cutscenes or dialogue dumps. That kind of environmental storytelling is something I always appreciate when it works. It sits in that creepy cozy space, and the puzzle design is the main draw. Fair warning though, it launched with some real bugs, some bad enough to stop you from finishing. The bones are good and the devs are working on it, but right now you're buying into something that still needs time in the oven. 99% positive, and after playing it I completely get why. Puni the Florist is a flower shop game where you're making bouquets for customers who each have their own ongoing little story, and it goes so much deeper than the premise suggests. The requests get creative in ways I didn't see coming. There are voice moments that hit harder than you'd expect from something this small. The art is exactly as lovely as it looks. I finished it wishing there was more, but what's there is already fun. Focus Grove is technically a productivity app disguised as a cozy game. You grow a little grove by completing Pomodoro focus sessions, and it locks you out of the game while your timer is running, so you actually have to do the work before you get to play. I've been running this on a second monitor during work sessions this month, and it keeps me focused in a way other timers don't. Having something to tend to on the side takes the edge off starting a task. Treasure Beach is a beachcombing sim where you search for washed up items, repair them and sell them at your stall. You search once and sell once per day, and that's it. It reminds me of old Flash games I used to play as a kid, that same quality of simple loop that somehow hooks you completely. The aesthetic is bright and summery, and there are Easter eggs from other games scattered around if you're paying attention. If unpacking left a hole that nothing has quite filled for you, Momento is what you've been waiting for. You're decorating rooms, but the choices you make about where things go shape the future of whoever lives there. Multiple endings, story told through objects, the whole package. I've wanted something to scratch this itch for years. Momento is the closest anything has come. It's not a perfect game, but the emotional side of it lands, and the multiple endings give it real staying power beyond a single sitting. This one is extremely niche, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. You're running an academic lab, managing students, chasing funding, getting absorbed into the bureaucracy of academia, and the humor is very much in that vein throughout. It's the kind of idle game you leave running on a second monitor while you work, which is either deeply ironic or extremely fitting depending on your relationship with academia. My Little Cafe Nightmare is a spooky barista sim set in a ghost town. You're serving drinks to supernatural customers and slowly turning a rundown cafe into something worth haunting, and the aesthetic carries the whole thing. I love the control you have with the space. Furniture placement, shop layout, the ability to stack and arrange things in ways most cafe sims won't let you near. The loop is simple, but the atmosphere works really well. Campsite Hustle is an outdoor gear shop management sim, more specific a premise than most, and it earns that specificity. You're stuck in a camping store, the outdoors vibe runs through the whole thing, and when it clicks, the management loop is pretty satisfying. I'll be honest though, it's buggy. Performance takes a hit as you expand. Things glitch in ways that occasionally need a restart, and it's clearly still being worked on. The developer is responsive and the community is active, but go in knowing it's a work in progress. If you can tolerate some early access roughness, the atmosphere is worth it. We're halfway through the list, and if any of these have landed on your radar, cozygamesdb is worth bookmarking. It's a database built for the cozy games community where you can browse and wishlist upcoming titles so the next big release doesn't sneak past you. Link is in the comments. Arcane Merchant is a fantasy shop sim where you're running a magic item store, buying stock, selling to adventurers, managing your layout, and slowly building something you're proud of. The customers all look distinct, and that kind of detail is exactly what separates a good shop sim from a forgettable one. I think it's easy for this type of game to fall into simulator slop. The difference is always in the details, and Arcane Merchant gets that right. Cozy Cleaner does exactly what it says, and it does it well. You clean spaces, there are cats involved, and it's the kind of game you put on when your brain needs somewhere calm to be for a while. I finished it in a few hours and found it completely satisfying for what it was. Maybe a bit too short, but just because I can't get enough of cleaning games lately. And did I mention all cats can be petted? Beastro is doing something more ambitious than most games on this list. It's a cozy foraging and cooking game with deck building combat woven through it, and it actually pulls the combination off. You gather ingredients, cook for customers through minigames, then send your characters into card-based battles powered by what you've made. The art is gorgeous, the story is light and more of a backdrop than a focus, and the whole thing feels warm throughout. My one gripe is that the deck building side doesn't evolve as much as I wanted toward the end, but this is one of the more creatively fun, cozy games I've played this month. Papa Louie is back, and I did not expect to feel that excited about it. The classic Papa's formula, fully revived, and the nostalgia alone was enough to send me straight to the store page without a second thought. If you ever lost hours to the original Papa's games as a kid, you already know if this is for you. It's a barista time management game with the satisfying visual feedback and escalating customer demands that made the original so hard to stop playing. I'm already campaigning for Burgeria and Cupcakeria next. Thank You for Your Application is a Papers, Please style game about a hiring process that is very clearly broken, and it uses its mechanics to actually say something rather than just borrowing the format. You're reviewing applications, making judgment calls, and the game builds a picture of surveillance and work culture that lands without being heavy-handed about it. If you love Papers, Please or No Umbrellas Allowed, this one finds its own angle rather than copying the formula. If you played There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension and loved it, Crushed in Time comes from the same place. It's a point-and-stretch puzzle game, self-aware and genuinely funny, with a different visual identity for each chapter that keeps it feeling fresh all the way through. I finished it in around 4 hours and didn't want it to end. The humor lands consistently, the puzzles are creative without being frustrating, and the 100% is easy if you want to get everything out of it. Witchspire is a story-driven survival game where you build, explore, and collect familiars. It's early access and I want to be upfront about that, but the foundations are strong. The magic system is deep enough to keep you experimenting, the world is dense with things to find, and the music sets the mood throughout. The weak spot right now is co-op, it doesn't hold up as well as the solo experience. But for how early it is, what's already here has me excited about where it's going. Unrailed 2 is the co-op game that will ruin your friendships and repair them in the same session. You're building train tracks in real time while your train keeps moving, you are chopping resources, coordinating and desperately trying not to crash. It is completely chaotic in the best possible way. It expands on the original in pretty much every direction. If you have friends to play this with, clear your evening, that's all I'll say. Tales of Seikyu finally hit one this June after its early access run, and this is one I had been looking forward to for a while. It's a farming sim with yokai, romance and exploration, and it has more personality packed into it than most games in this space manage. Here's my honest take. The one release still carries some of the clunkiness from early access. I expected a bit more polish by the time it crossed the finish line, but the charm makes up for a lot. The characters are lovely, the world has a warmth that's hard to manufacture, and if you're a Rune Factory fan, this is going to check a lot of boxes. Go in knowing the rough edges are still there, and you'll have a good time. The most reviewed cozy game of June is Solarpunk, and I want to be straight with you about it. It's a crafting and farming based builder built entirely around relaxation. No combat, no real threat, just building, exploring, and putting something together in a world that looks beautiful. The developer posted a whole watch before you buy breakdown before launch, which I respect, and if you went in with that context, it probably landed well. My issue is that for a 1, it feels like there isn't quite enough there yet, and the price makes that gap more noticeable. The vibe is real, and it does what it says, but I'd wait for a sale. That's June for the cozy community, and even with a few catches, it was a strong month. Momento, Puni the Florist, Crushed in Time, Beastro, there was something here for everyone. Drop a comment with what you picked up this month, and if you played something in June that didn't get nearly enough attention, stay tuned because that video is on the way. See you in the next one.